What is up guys, Andy Forest Dean Runner here in a very wintry Forest of Dean today, and today we're going to be discussing which marathon or half marathon I've decided to run in January. Is it the Gloucester half or the Gloucester full? Let's talk. So welcome back to another video guys. As I said, you've drawn me in a very misty and murky Forest of Dean today, but it's nice. First time you've seen me out on the trails in a long time, and that's because most of my runs at the moment are done in the dark, so there's no exciting footage for me to show you, hence why there's a lot of videos at the moment of me sat in my office. It's the way it goes, I'm afraid, but today I'm delighted to be out here taking a Thursday morning off, getting a nice easy run done and dusted in this base building phase that we are in. We're in the Peg Turbo 2s today. Made a mental kind of pact to myself that this week I was just going to run purely in them and see if I can not so much break them in, but see if I can change my thoughts and opinions on them. To be fair, had a really good run in them on Tuesday. If you don't follow me on Instagram and all the other social media platforms, all the links are in the description below. I did a bit of a story on Tuesday's workout with James, and we clocked some really good paces for our simple fartlek workout. The goal at the moment in this base building phase is just to do one workout a week and basically not make it VO2 max, not make it too intense, just comfortably uncomfortable, you know, keeping it below that threshold. And we were clocking 5:25 to 5:35 pace for fartleks of 2 minutes on, 1 minute off, or intervals I should say. So very promising stuff. And today, just topping up the mileage bank with some more easy cruising miles, maybe a bit faster than easy, somewhere in between easy and marathon, around 7:30 pace at the moment, so that's cool. And today's topic, as I said, is all about which race I've decided to do. Is it the Gloucester Marathon or the Gloucester Half Marathon? There are a couple of big factors for the decision, which I will go through with you. I'm always honest and upfront, and I will go through everything that has influenced the decision. But in terms of, just before I tell you which one, training, I wanted to talk to you about training and how the training approach is going to be leading up to the race, because whichever one I decided to do, training wasn't going to be any different. I've committed myself now to a base building phase, which I'm excited because I've never dedicated sort of 6 to 8 weeks of just nice, easy, relaxed, no pressure running for that duration. As I said, just keeping one workout in there a week, and it's not an intense workout for sure, nothing intense about it. It might be a tempo run, it might be a fartlek session, might be some intervals like Tuesday, but they're all going to be kept below threshold heart rate, and maybe a bit of a long run workout on the weekend. But again, any surges we put in the long run workout will be at marathon pace or half marathon pace at best, nothing more. So training going into the race will not look any different. I will be coming off the back of some decent mileage, and come the first or second week of January I'm going to start to sprinkle in some workouts. But the race is on the third weekend in January, the 19th or 21st or whenever it is, I don't know. So nothing that I do in January is going to have any bearing or any effect on what happens at the Gloucester Marathon. I'm trying to see this as very similar to what I did with Abingdon, in terms of approaching it. No pressure, completely relaxed, no goals, no targets. Just run strong, run the best I can, keep working on form, keep working on cadence and all of that good stuff. So in terms of training, that's how we're going to be approaching it. I'm excited, I'm really excited, and just before I tell you, I've got to share just a little bit more trail footage with you. It's stunning. Beautiful out here, isn't it? Just, I can't get enough of it. I'm missing the trail so much with all the evening dark running on the industrial estate, but privileged enough to get out today. So what race am I doing? Gloucester half, Gloucester full? Well, I can announce that I will be running the Gloucester half. I'll be doing the half marathon, not the full marathon. There are a couple of reasons why. I really wanted to do the full marathon. I still do want to do the full marathon because I want to approach it in a way of like I did Abingdon, no pressure, no stress, no worries. But I'm gonna do the half. Two reasons. Number one, my wife is due to give birth 2.5 weeks after the Gloucester Marathon. I cannot afford to take any risks, take any chances, so there's a stronger chance of me either injuring myself or just being crippled after the marathon. I know what I'm like after a marathon, it takes a few days. If she needs me, I've got to be ready. Family first at the end of the day. Plenty more time for marathons later next year. And the second thing is my focus after this base building phase is going to be shorter distance work for the first half of the year. Now, plans might change, I'm not going to lie. I might still drop into a spring marathon. If I do, it will be Newport because it's close to me. But ultimately, with a very fresh newborn baby, I am not going to be marathon training. It will be exactly the same as Abingdon, as I just alluded to. Chilled out, approach it, whatever shape I'm in, I just go run, have fun. So I might still do one, but I'm not going to train for it. My focus is going to be 5K, 10K and half marathons for the first half of the year. I really want to work on speed. I really want to break that 120 in the half marathon. I know it's there for me. I just had a bad day at Swindon, and now that I'm slowly but surely getting my gut issues on track, I'm hoping that in the springtime there'll be a couple of half marathons for me to drop into that I can go for it. I'm not expecting to do that in Gloucester because, as I said, I'm coming off the back of base building, so getting as close to 120 will be perfect. Get back to make sure I'm still where I left off last year, and from there I can do some more specific training. The main reason I want to do the shorter distance stuff is A, I know it's going to help my marathon in the long term, and B, there's more chance of success of me doing shorter interval workouts than there are the longer marathon ones with a newborn baby. Ultimately, I need to optimize the time I have to run. The mileage is probably going to be less, but the workouts are going to be shorter but more intense. I'd be kidding myself if I thought I could go out there and run for 1 hour and 45 on a Thursday night and doing 4 by 15 minutes within a workout, a marathon pace one. Not a chance. Not even going to attempt that until later next year, where I will probably drop in to Abingdon again because I loved it so much. Such a great race. Couldn't recommend it enough. So there is going to be a marathon next year. It's either going to be, there's either going to be 2 or 1. Definitely going to be Abingdon at the end of next year. Maybe Newport in spring. That's going to be wait till the baby's born, see how life is and book it. And if not, that's fine, that's cool. There's plenty of awesome flat half marathons around the springtime that I can jump into. Just on a side note, I feel there's also a lot of this is a weird thing to say, and some of you might relate to this. There's also quite a lot of social media pressure that gets bandied around on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook groups. What spring marathon are you doing? Have you started your training yet? And it's kind of like, as runners, you almost feel you should do a spring marathon. So I'm breaking the mold. Some of you might relate, some of you might not. Anyway, I digress. So that's where we're at. That's how I'm feeling, and I cannot wait to get started and race the Gloucester Half Marathon in January. So thank you very much if you stayed to this point in the video, listen to me waffle, appreciate it. Give it a like. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the trails again, seeing me out on the trails. Share it, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then.